Welcome back to Lyrical Lemonade TV. I'm your host, Sara K. I'm with special guest, Party of Two today.
What up?
What's up?
How are you guys doing today?
Good. Got some rest last night. Been on the road, but feel good.
First leg of the tour? Yeah, feeling good.
How are you guys feeling, especially with touring, winter, Christmas coming up? What are you guys most excited to do with the holidays?
Oh my God.
I just want to sit on the couch and eat.
Yeah, same. I can't wait to watch some Christmas movies, turn my phone off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just chill, yeah.
Do you guys get to eat good food on tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely have to put more effort into it.
Yeah.
Because if you just pull up somewhere, it's very easy to get some like trash fast food.
It's easy to just stay on the fast food, but we make an effort to like try to take better care of our bodies.
Right.
Yeah, we were just driving from New York to Toronto, and Jada found this fire soul food spot in Buffalo called A Taste of Soul. Oh my God. It was really the highlight of the first leg of the tour.
Oh my God, the food.
Like, yeah, the food
Not the
was
shows.
Nah, the food was fire. The food was so good.
It was like unreal. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yum. All right, you should put them on.
Yes,
yeah,
A Taste of Soul. Come
Buffalo,
on.
New York. Shout out.
So I wanted to talk to you guys, especially, it's so interesting to me. First off, I'm so happy to sit down with you two. Your album is like fucking insane.
Thank you.
It is so good.
Thanks.
And your videos are so good, and you guys as artists are so good.
Thank
and like
you.
I don't normally like start my interviews like that, but I feel like there's there's something about you guys that is just like star vibes to me, and like I'm just
Thank
happy
you.
to sit here. I'm so excited to get into this.
Oh, it means a lot.
But growing up in the industry, you guys were around so many other artists as kids. Was there like a formative moment that made you want to pursue music aside from everything else you guys were doing at the time?
I mean,
feel like we have different answers.
we do have different
Yeah.
answers. I mean, for me, I was kind of like born into the music industry. Like my mentor was Berry Gordy when I was like 8 years old, and so I kind of like just grew up in that world, that Motown world, and like watching all of his history and his like iconic artists that he signed, and it just like it was in my DNA when I was a kid. And I love to dance, I love to sing, I love to perform, so I just always knew I wanted to do that, really. Just my
Yeah.
whole life.
And me, I was like way more into the acting side of things.
Yeah.
And so I was always in love with music and was kind of like writing on my own, but Jada was the first person I met that was like making music. And so I used to go to studio sessions with her and like see how the process worked. And that's when I really became fascinated with it. Because I think there's like, you can love music, but it's hard to understand the process of being behind the scenes and being in the studio and what it's like to put music together. And that was really eye-opening for me. And so I think working with her and being around her, I became obsessed with the process of making music.
Yeah. How did Party of Two come about, and what does it represent?
Yeah, I mean, we went through a
Long
crazy
journey.
Yeah, it was a long journey. We went through a crazy shift. We were previously group therapy, and our last member left, and I think we at the same time we signed a Def Jam. And so very quickly we had to figure out what the new wave was. And I think we just wanted something that felt very, very unique to us. And something that had the space for us to build a whole world.
Yeah.
And we had a list of names, and funny enough, I don't think Jada liked Party of Two at first.
It definitely wasn't my favorite. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
But I realized that like you just have to go with something. Like you can turn anything into something amazing and build a brand out of anything. And it was just time for us to pick something. And I realized that like I never was gonna be able to make a decision, until we like really built something around it.
Yeah,
So
it was hard to let go of group therapy
Yeah.
too. So I think any new name kind of was like,
It was like,
we
yeah.
weren't feeling
Yep.
it. Yeah.
but like we've been locked in since we were like 12. So
Yeah.
we have so much chemistry and we trust each other so much, trust each other's taste. And yeah, just working together is like the biggest part of our relationship.
Yep.
For sure.
With Party of Two, were there other what are like some other names you guys were thinking that you
Oh
ended
my
up throwing away in the
God.
trash
What was
can?
in
Yeah.
there? We had
What is that?
PDA, Public Displays of Affection was one.
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly Conduct.
Boy, girl.
Boy Girl.
and then
That one's pretty straightforward.
yeah, boy, girl. And then the very first one we thought of was
Oh God. Soda.
FKA group therapy.
Oh yeah, FKA group therapy, which was like
Okay.
lazy. as
Yeah,
hell.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Just wasn't meant to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yep.
meant to be.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that we landed on Party of Two.
Yeah, it all happened the way it had to happen.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, Swim, I know you've mentioned you wear influences on your sleeve.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that, but what is your biggest influence for this project, America's Next Top Party? Like what artist genres? Because it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does.
I would definitely say Outkast
Yeah.
for me, just as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a specific thing from them that I could say, but I think the way that they push culture forward, from the genres they tapped into to their outfits,
Pulled
to
inspiration from their cover art.
cover art,
Yeah.
yep, their song concepts. I think they were able to bring two different styles to the table in such a unique way. So they were, as soon as we became a duo, they were the first artists that I really started to study on a different level than just being a fan.
Yeah. I also say like Black Eyed Peas was a huge inspiration for us.
For sure.
Just the way they were so global, and yeah, they had the cheat code, man. I don't know how they did it. We just studied them so much.
Right.
Even Kendrick Lamar, Damn, that album specifically was a big inspiration for us. Yeah, we pulled from so many different places, as you can tell. Like the album is like all over the place, but it's also cohesive, you know, in a weird way.
Yeah, I love when you say study. When you say study, like, does it mean going deeper than just listening and really analyzing the lyrics? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
We're studying everything from like, I think it's important to realize that like the people you look up to, they also have influences.
Yeah.
And so I think it's inspiring to say, you might look at something that feels like a masterpiece and feels like untouchable, but then when
Yeah.
you start breaking down like what inspired that artist,
Yeah. Samples they pulled and,
Yes.
you know, things that they interpolate. It's like, oh, like that's what we're doing. And you just kind of have to like have confidence in it. And sometimes it can feel like you don't really know what you're doing, but that's sort of the process, you know, is just figuring it out and being inspired by other things and art. Yeah.
So we study production. Obviously, we study lyrics, flows, visuals, and we love looking at, you know, liner notes and figuring out what producers were a part of certain things and where those influences come from. So we really take a deep dive.
What is the significance of the two-hounded dog on the cover?
Yeah. One, I just thought it was a fire way to represent us. But I think also with the theme of the album, there is a little bit of political undertone there. And so the two-headed dog really represented the bipartisan party that we have in America, two-party system. And I think we're in such a divisive time right now. And if I could pick like a couple things that I would want our music to do, it's definitely to bring people together. And so I think that was a huge goal of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The two-headed hound was like, at first we were like studying different ways we could represent ourselves in this album. And when we found it, it was like, oh, we are sort of in that like dog era. Like we are not playing around this time around. It's nothing cute. It's nothing funny about it.
Yeah.
And then just like building the concept around that and seeing how it connected with America's Next Top Party, it just really felt right.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are very in tune with your goals and where you want to go, especially
sure.
I think being a duo, sometimes it's hard when you're working with people to like cohesively create that. Do you guys sit down and talk and like map like I want to accomplish this, I want to be this? Like how often do you guys have these like conversations?
Every day. Every day.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
a huge part of our process is talking through where we see ourselves creatively and personally.
Individually and together.
Yep. And I think that's always very, very helpful for the two of us to kind of set a goal. It's funny, I have to find it, but we are like working on whatever, you know, the next piece of music will be. And I was digging through my notes app, and we had we have a note that has all of our goals
Yeah.
for the last album.
Yeah.
And It was, you know, influences, song ideas, phrases,
Yeah.
like anything that just was interesting to us. And I hadn't looked at it in a while. And so going back through it and then actually seeing what we did with it, it was so cool to see. So that's usually the first step for us is just what are we doing? Where do we want to be? Because I think if we don't have a direction, then
it's easy to get lost.
It's easy to get lost.
That's so cool. Was there a phrase that made it in the album?
Yeah. Made it out of hell and it wasn't even that bad. Vanessa Williams ended up being a song title that was in the note.
Yeah, Survivor's Remorse.
Survivor's Remorse
Just
was
that
in there.
concept.
Yeah. There were a few things. It was cool.
That's super, super cool. So I want to get more into like the music and the songs specifically. The track Feel Love is produced by Kaytranada, and it's such like a dancey house song. You can definitely like immediately see his touch on that song.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Oh man, Kaytranada has been somebody that we've wanted to work with for a very long time. And when we signed to Def Jam, Tunji, he asked us like, if you guys want to collab with anybody on this project, like who are those people? And Kaytranada was on the top of the list. And it took a while to like get that going. We were in the studio for a couple months, and you know, Kaytra's a very busy man. But one day he just hit us with like a Kaytra beats folder, and it had like 200 beats in it.
Wow.
And some of them were actually like from his previous albums. Like we were Shazamming some shit to be like, can
I don't
we
think
even
Kaytra
like,
knew we
I don't
had
know if
this
he knew
folder.
that we had
Tunji
it.
sent it to us. And
Yeah. And so like we just took that opportunity to just write to his production because he does have this like very specific groove, you know? And so we were like, if the opportunity does come up for us to get in with him, it would be great if we have already like some ideas to his production. And
it
literally
was like 2:00 in the morning.
yeah, no, it was
and
so late.
we stayed up until like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
just making a bunch
We were
of
just so
songs.
excited though. Like it woke me up.
Yeah,
It woke
yeah.
me up
Bro,
when I
I'd be,
got
like
that.
dancing around the studio.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, we were lit.
Like getting up.
I was
fully.
exhausted, ready to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got the text and I was like, we're up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then we made like 4 or 5 different songs to some of those beats. And then we just kind of waited, and then, you know, we got the call like, hey, Kaytra wants to get in on this day at this time, and it was a very seamless session. You know, he came, he's like the coolest guy, so chill, and he cooked that beat up from scratch, and because we had done all that work, as soon as he was done with the beat, we knew exactly and we had everything written.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Amazing.
yeah, we finished the song like that night.
Yeah.
Seamless.
Yeah,
Seamless.
it was great.
So Just Dance 2, 80s beat, just like a really fun, bouncy song, same production. I feel like it's such like a dance song, but it's not shying away from social commentary.
Yeah.
Why is it important to mesh those two for you guys?
I think, you know, lyricism and social commentary has always been a big part of who I am as a rapper. And so I think it's fun to speak on things on records that feel like maybe don't need that.
Yeah.
And it's a fun challenge because you don't want to scare the hoes, but you know what I mean? But you also want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And so it's a fun challenge to kind of write stuff that maybe on the surface you don't even notice.
Not like putting it in your face.
Exactly.
But it being there.
And that was a challenge for us. I felt like Just Dance 2 was one of the first records we made on the album that was like, yo, this is like the vision for the project. It's like, I want to make you dance, but if you read the lyrics, there's something deeper here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a really fun one to make.
Yeah, I feel like we also had a version where we wrote all of our verses, and then we found like pieces that could have more like social commentary in them, political commentary. And so we were like, okay, this line could like mean something deeper, you know? So we went back in and combed through and added a lot of that, and it just really brought the whole record together.
Yeah, and I think even the video was really helpful in sort of visually showing some of that commentary. And so I think when we made the video, we were like,
it pulled it all
together.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Literally, the video was crazy. I love the video.
Thank you.
Speaking of like lyricism, Friendly Fire. That's like the most. I feel like off the album, I love the fact that y'all like dissed each other.
Yeah.
But you guys actually dissed each other. Like I was like, damn, like, but that I think just is a testament to your relationship.
Yeah.
Why diss each other?
Right?
I think you just spoke on it. I feel
Yeah.
like we wanted to show people how close we were.
Yeah.
And I feel like because of how much we dissed each other, it was clear that there's only a level of trust that you can have with someone in order to speak that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like, you know, the label was like, you know, you guys write your verses and then like let's drop it and you guys don't know what each other is saying. It's like, no, we were in the room together. Like that was one of the first ideas we had after we became a duo, was like, let's like make a diss track toward each other.
Yeah.
Because you just have like never seen that before, let alone with like a male female duo. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to make it like listenable, and we wanted it to feel like a record, you know, and something that you want to like replay. And so that was also a challenge, was like, you know, not going too far. I mean, we went pretty far.
Yeah.
But yeah, into the battle rap. A lot of it
was like the production.
Yeah.
That was probably the hardest record on the album in terms of finding the right beat.
Yeah.
Because we wanted it to be fun to listen to.
Yeah.
And shout out to Conductor Williams. We worked with Conductor on this one, and it ended up not working out. He gave us a few beats, and like they were incredible. But I think this was also during the time where the Drake Kendrick beef was happening, and it felt very like Meet the Grams, and we wanted to still keep that fun energy, and that was a really tough decision for us, because I'm a huge fan of Conductor. But it just didn't fit the vibe right, and so shout out to Conductor, because we love you. But we wanted it to feel like some old school 90s hip hop hooray shit that was still an anthem, but we were dissing each other, and so that was probably the toughest part.
Yeah.
I feel like storytelling is coming back in a way, or like being re-highlighted in rap, and I feel like that song was like really showing that. What's your guys' favorite bars from that song? But it's like each other's bar.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
100%.
We're like, oh
Biggie,
shit.
Jay-Z, Nas, the legacy I derive. It was written in the blueprint. I hope you ready to die. That's one that he put together. I was like, damn, you really.
I killed that.
That's a bar.
Yeah,
I killed that.
Yeah.
When you said it's a million niggas know how to rap, now sing.
Yeah, that's very simple.
That stung.
That's
I was
fire.
like, damn, I need to get my singing up. Like, that really stung. That stung.
And then she moved the mic towards
yeah,
you.
yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So like, especially with you guys, everything you guys went through with group therapy, all that, you guys are not strangers to music collaboration.
For sure.
What is the biggest lesson that y'all have learned after everything that you've gone through?
I would say, like, we kind of touched on this earlier, but I think when it comes to collaboration, having goals that are aligned, being on the same page about the end goal is crucial.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very easy to get lost in the sauce. And so, just having a mutual understanding and respect for what the goal is always key.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like that's something that we experience not only with like the previous member, but just in general in the music industry. And it's like, if that's not aligning, then it doesn't really matter how dope the music is. Like, something is going to go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's very important. That's very important. And I feel like that's why we work together so well, just because we see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you deal with creative disagreements? Do you ever even have them?
For sure. We lean into that. I think that's how we make some of the craziest music. It's like, you know, for example, Out of Body, it was like, I wanted to make some shit that was like Linkin Park, and Jada wanted to make some shit that was like Pharrell, NERD. And so that's why we have like the crazy sort of punk influence chorus, but then the verses are very like swaggy. So a lot of times when we were on two different pages, we figure out a way to blend that, and that's where the magic happens. So we love it when we disagree creatively, because there's something special there that can be created that we never thought of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's like, oh wait, like I don't agree. It's like, okay, wait, we can look and make something out of
For
it.
sure. Yeah. Rick Rubin, in his book, he says, if there are two people in the room and they both have the same idea or the same opinion, then one of them is unnecessary. And And so we love it when we disagree, because that's where the magic is.
I was gonna say, I feel you both are really vocal about being students and learning about yourselves, especially introspectively with art. What is a piece of advice you have for other young creatives beyond, avoiding comparison?
I feel like the simplest thing I could say that I found the most important is like genuinely make sure that you are creating and doing something that makes you happy. Even if you were to make no money, if you were to lose money doing what makes you happy, like make sure that you love this shit, because it takes all of your energy.
Yeah.
And you really do have to put your everything into it. And that's like the number one thing that I've learned is like it's all worth it for me. But for some people, like, this is not the life,
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Yeah, I would say this is kind of very cliche, but I've learned that it's just real. It's like everybody has something that makes them stand out. And I think a lot of times in today with social media, it's like that one thing that makes you stand out is something that almost feels like an insecurity, feels like something that you want to hide. But that's like the superpower. And so, like, for example, for me, I was very insecure about coming from the acting world into music. And I felt like that was something that was holding me back. And I very quickly learned that, like, it's actually my superpower. Everything that I've learned from that space, all the experiences that I've had, have prepared me for this. And so once I started to lean into that, everything became so much easier. So whatever that thing is that you feel like is holding you back or separates you from fitting in, that's the thing that you need to work on to develop and grow.
Yeah. Especially what you're saying with the acting world, you study films for videos.
For sure.
What is your favorite scene that you studied and took inspiration from for Party of Two video?
I feel like just in general, we study a lot of Wes Anderson.
Wes is the first person that came to mind for me. It was Wes Anderson. I would say Quentin Tarantino too.
Yes.
A little bit of Quentin Tarantino for Friendly Fire.
Stanley Kubrick.
Love Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
I think even from a music video perspective, Just Dance 2 was heavily inspired by Childish Gambino, This Is America.
Yeah.
That was a big inspiration for us for that. But yeah, Wes Anderson is like number one.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we love the idea of like being able to pause the video at any moment and it looks like a photo that you could frame.
I love that.
It's very big for us. So every frame has to be very powerful.
Yeah.
Favorite Wes Anderson movie?
For me, it's
I already know.
Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting answer.
I love Isle of Dogs. What were you gonna say?
I'm blanking. Fantastic Mr. Fox. But you're right. Isle of Dogs is kind of better to me.
Nah, Fantastic Mr. Fox is a classic.
It's the
classic.
cinematography is
you guys
ridiculous.
need to make a claymation.
Oh my God,
I
you have
know.
no idea how bad I want to do that.
Like you guys, that'd
Yes,
be so cute.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love
Stop
that.
motion Party of Two.
Yeah.
Wait, that would go stupid.
No, that would be
Yeah, I know.
stupid. A music video, stop motion.
I know.
Wow.
We'd have to start working on it right
Now.
now.
Yeah, that would take like I feel like that shit takes years.
It
Yeah,
does.
it
It
does.
takes forever. It takes
Yeah.
forever.
Well, because I was gonna ask, especially with you guys and your videos, like you guys you're not just like sitting there and lip sync, like it's a story.
For
so
sure.
I was gonna ask, do you ever see a future where you see film and Party of Two collide, like maybe bringing in some acting that's present on stage in your music? Because especially when you bounce off each other's bars, like would you ever start acting a little bit with the music? You think?
1000%.
We have some stuff brewing.
We're working on a script right now. That's in development. Yeah, we're cooking on that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Is writing a script harder than writing music?
I would say yes and no. I feel like
that's something that's a little more my forte.
yeah.
I feel like you are so used to writing music.
Yeah.
And
it's
I
like,
came up writing
yes,
screenplays.
like the structure to me that's really challenging.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just want to be like, this is what they're going to say, this is what I'm going to say, and like, this is what's going to happen. And now you write it. Because, you know, it's definitely different for me. But
different muscle.
Like, you've done sold a whole show and like wrote a show and like, it's in, you know how to do this shit.
Yeah,
but
I grew up reading scripts. So I love
You wrote a show and sold a show?
I did.
You sure did, yeah.
What show?
It never came out. So this was actually right before the pandemic. Me and a couple friends, we wrote a show based on our lives being young child actors, and we sold it to CBS All Access at the time, and then Paramount ended up buying CBS All Access, and we merged with them. And so we had previously pitched it to Hulu. The head of Hulu didn't like it, and then the head of Hulu became the head of Paramount. And so when our show merged and we were over at Paramount, they saw our show and they chopped it because they had seen it previously, and then they didn't want it. And then the pandemic happened, and so a bunch of shows ended up being canceled. But that was an interesting process. It was like a 4 or 5 year process that we wrote the show, developed it. We teamed up with Funny or Die, and they were our production company, and it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, he was like 19.
Yeah, I was young as hell. Yeah.
I mean, you have the muscle now, so
for
if
sure.
you want to do it again, you've done it. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
With the video for Feel Love, there's a part where your eyes like bandaged. For a second, I caught. Was that a film reference? I was like, I loved it. I wanted to ask about it.
Yeah, that was actually a Slick Rick reference.
Oh, okay, fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I'm a big fan of Slick Rick and huge inspiration for us in terms of Friendly Fire and a lot of records on the album. So yeah, just visually, I wanted to give a nod to him.
What was the idea behind the dollhouse thing?
Oh man,
we
posted something we wanted to do.
Yeah, we posted it on our socials, like the inspiration that we found, but we were like, yo, if we made like 2 separate rooms, red and blue, and we had our like love interest in there looking at us, like it's just something cool that we have always wanted to do.
That's so cool.
We had an opportunity to like really do some set design, so we were like, how can we think outside the box here? That was really fun.
Like the shot with the camera in your mouth.
Yeah.
How was that? Because I feel like I would be scared that I'd bite on it or something.
Yeah, to be honest, like the lack of prep that we had for that,
facts.
like you would think that something went wrong, but our team was locked in. It was literally just us, our gaffer Mason, and our DP Andrew.
Yeah,
and
shout out to both of them.
We're just also locked in. We know that when we have to get something done, we got to get it done.
Yeah, and I want to say too, we kind of went viral for that for a few different reasons. One of the reasons was like the video only cost us like a few $1,000s.
Yeah.
But I want to say, our team, Mason, our DP, and Andrew, his Instagram is at ANDRPW. They sacrificed a lot for that. And so I don't want to give artists the impression that you should not pay your crew. And I want people to know that like the only reason we were able to make that video look amazing was because of them, and they were willing to work within the budget that we had. But whenever we have more money, we bless them with that. And so, yes, it's a flex to be able to do it for cheap, but also there are a lot of people that work very hard to go into that. And so I just want to give a shout out to them for making that video happen, because I think it changed all of our lives.
Yeah. Whose idea was it?
Jada.
Yeah.
Fire.
I mean, yeah. It was just like when I listened to the song, and it was like, don't want to see me, they go Stevie when they talk to me. The way I delivered that,
Right.
I was like, so obviously we have to like zoom into my mouth, and then you have to be there to do your, but you cannot hide. That's just exactly how I saw it. And so they were like, okay, we need a probe lens. And we need you to lock in. I was like, bet, let's do it.
That's crazy. I actually did an interview with Eam Triplin, and he was talking about one of the best things you guys do is your behind the scenes and posting, because I think it shows a lot of artists, but also even just your fans, like how these are being made, but also like inspires them. Like, I don't think y'all realize that you'll probably be used as a reference in the future too.
That's a blessing. That's really cool. And I think the reason we show people that is just to say like, hey, there's no magic behind this. It's just like hard work and caring about the craft. I think that's the only thing that might separate us is just how much we care for every little detail.
So I wanted to ask about Flogna. I know you guys were geeked to do it. I saw you post all over your socials. What did it mean to you to perform at Flogna?
Man, everything. Man. Everything in the world, man. First of all, I'm from LA. So for Tyler to like pick us, number one, and number two, to be put on the main stage. I really still can't believe it, to be honest. We have only been Party of 2, not even for a year. And, when they booked us, it was like the album wasn't even out. You know, there was like some buzz around us, but you know, it just showed that they really believed in us and our potential. And you know, we took that opportunity. We were like, I don't care if I'm the first performer out at the entrance
at 11
like,
o'clock
with no sound. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I am tearing that bitch down. And yeah, it meant so much to me.
Yeah, it was definitely a surreal moment, and I think it was one of those moments that's like feels like you made it. And I think something I learned from that was like you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
I had no idea Tyler even knew who we were when
Yeah.
we booked it, and then to be there and to meet so many dope artists that I respect and look up to that already like. I had my whole little speech prepared. I would go up to people and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm a big fan. And before I was even able to get that out, people knew who we were, respected our music, were fans of us. And that was a really eye-opening experience for me. And it was a blessing. We met so many cool people. And, I mean, you were there. It's like, you don't really get festivals that feel like that.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like just a big cookout. Like, everybody was just hanging out.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing for sure.
I feel also with the Yonkers Flogna freestyle, I feel like
Yeah.
you guys were like on it, tapped in on it already. Like,
Yeah.
what did it mean to pay homage like before you even went?
That was a big one for us.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it's just it's very hip hop to do that. You know,
We always love to make a moment.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Like I remember when Doechii dropped the freestyle that she
After
dropped
she won the
after she
Grammy?
won the Grammy.
Yeah.
And I love like staying ready.
Yeah.
I love staying ready. And so, you know, I was like, how can we tell our fans that we're going to be at Flogna
Yeah.
without just like posting the flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We loaded the clip.
Yeah, we
and it was
loaded the
really
clip.
fun to see people be like, nah, y'all, that means y'all shot this a long time ago
We
and
did.
had this ready, because we didn't even know when they were going to announce the lineup,
No,
you know?
yeah.
But we were like, let's just shoot it now and have it ready to
We
go.
had it in the drafts.
Yeah.
And as soon as the flyer got posted, we put it
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
You mentioned XXL in the freestyle.
Yeah.
Do you think that the state of in the industry now, and I think being recognized by former, almost like checkpoints in your career,
Yeah.
do you think that matters as an artist? Because I feel like we're all sat for Party of 2, you know, freshman or not.
Yeah. I think it's an individual thing. I think for me as an artist, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right.
And I want to give respect to everybody who was in the freshman class. That was definitely not a diss towards anybody. I just think that, well, one, to be honest, we were considered for that, but apparently they don't do duos. And so that was really just like a reference to that and a nod towards that. But I also think these days there is sort of a higher respect put on virality
Yeah.
over potential. And I think the older XXL classes had a lot of like, if you look at some of the earlier artists that were in there, they're still in there today.
Yep.
And I think as the years have gone by, it's been a lot more of like trendy shit
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
and less artists that actually have the ability to be here for 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think, you know, I think my favorite person on the last one was like Samara Sin. Like she's so fire, and Eam was on there.
Yeah.
But I think it is not, I think we're beyond those sort of gate kept
Yeah.
barriers
Right.
today.
Yeah.
And I think you don't need them to succeed anymore. And that's what I love about where we are in the industry today.
So I wanted to ask you guys, what is something that you've learned about each other after becoming a duo in Party of 2 that you didn't expect? Because you've known each other for a long time at
Yeah.
this point.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, when people ask that, I'm like, I hate to even say this, but I mean, I know him so well.
You
Yeah.
like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
At this point.
I think I've just, you know, obviously seen him grow into like what I saw him to be.
Yeah.
You know, I think we both know each other's insecurities and like, but also we know each other's potential.
Yeah.
And where we want to be. And, you know, sometimes we hit those blocks, or, you know, we're down about something and it's like, am I good at this? Can I do this? Am I doing this right? And like, I've just seen him grow into swim like the superstar, and it makes me so happy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I think just like, the more obstacles you face together, the more you see that person become, again, who you saw them being. And so I think for you, Jada, just seeing you smash through every single thing that was placed in front of you, any obstacle, and really carve a lane for yourself. I don't think there's, and this is no shade, but I don't think there's anybody who can rap and sing as well as you can, who's coming up right now. And you've set that lane for yourself. And I'm so proud to see that, because again, that was a goal of ours, to set that tone. And so it's always inspiring to see someone you care about set a goal and do it. It's always inspiring. And so I think that's the beautiful thing about us being a duo, is we push each other to just keep
100%.
breaking boundaries.
Aside from music, what do you guys bond over the most?
Food.
Well, food, movies.
Yeah, movies.
For sure. TV
movies
shows
all day. Yeah, movies all day.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen anything good recently?
What we've been watching?
I mean,
Jada's favorite movie ever right now is The Substance.
The Substance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she
I
loves that
won't
movie.
shut up about that movie. Pulled a lot of inspiration from that movie.
It's a fire movie.
Sinners,
Oh,
yes.
We've been watching a lot of
This is a
Sinners.
slept on one, a little older too, but They Clone Tyrone. That shit was so good.
Classic.
Sleep on that.
I always love to watch Coraline.
Yeah.
Great movie.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, he had that
same
on at the
here.
hotel.
Yep, sure did.
And we've been like binging The Sopranos. Heavy.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were watching a lot of Sopranos while making the album, actually.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
That explains some of the energy.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely. Mob energy.
Substance is crazy. I had to close my eyes. I was like, I can hear it.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm
a
not
crazy
a
movie.
gory, like I hate gory shit, but
But you love the substance?
That's what's
I
so
do,
surprising,
though.
because it's like the goriest movie like
but
ever.
I just think
Gross.
it's shot in such a beautiful, sexy way.
Yeah.
Which really threw me off in the best way.
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
I can't look away.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did
High-key,
that.
the colors in Feel Love, the video, reminded me of the colors of the apartment in Substance.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took a lot of inspiration from The Substance, just like the brightness of it, and even like the saturation
Yes.
Yeah.
was so rich in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I always like to ask this question at the end, but especially for manifestation. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? What would you like to accomplish?
On a base level, just continuing to be here and creating music that we love at a very high level is like the base.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and let Jada Grace flex and tell him what we really see. Jada, talk to him.
Let me get the Grammy.
Let's get that going.
At least the nomination.
Let's get that going.
Best new artist, perhaps.
I need a VMA. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like, come
Need
on,
that.
guys. Party 2 is
Come on,
kind
we
of
need
like
that.
the VMA is built in.
Come on, guys.
You know
we
what I
need
mean?
That. We need that. Call us.
Not 5 years, but like on the way to the path to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
for
Party
sure.
of 2 Super Bowl.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're the first person to say Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's our biggest, like when people say like what's the biggest craziest thing you want to do? Super Bowl.
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Fire.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what we would do, man.
Kill it.
Yeah.
Are you guys football fans?
Honestly, no.
It's the biggest stage though.
But I'm an art fan, you know,
Yeah.
and seeing from, Beyonce to MJ.
I'm a Jay-Z
to-
fan.
Yeah, you know, so that's the biggest stage ever, and I just think we put on the craziest show.
Yeah.
There you go. I
Yeah.
see that for you guys. Thank you so much.
Of course,
Thank
thank
you.
you.